Welcome to today's deep dive. Have you ever noticed how some cafes or retail stores feel perfectly curated, while others just kind of leave you with a subtle headache?
Oh, yeah. It's an entire field of acoustic engineering just hiding in plain sight.
Right. And today we're exploring that invisible technology that really dictates the audio vibe of the commercial spaces you visit every single day.
Specifically, we're looking at the QSC AD-S.SUB-BK today. It's a 6.5-inch small format surface subwoofer.
Which is currently listed at HDTVSupply for $645.
Exactly. And, on paper, it might just look like a heavy black box, but it's engineered to solve one of the most frustrating acoustic challenges out there.
Which is making background music actually sound full.
Right.
Okay, let's unpack this, because playing music at low volumes in a massive room is, well, it's remarkably similar to turning down the brightness on a TV screen.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. You lose all the contrast.
Exactly. The shadows wash out.
Yeah.
And with audio, the lower frequencies just evaporate. You're left with this muddy, tiny sound projecting from the ceiling.
Yeah, it's awful. So to counteract that acoustic washout, this acoustic design series sub is tuned to maintain its depth and low-end clarity.
Even at those barely there volume levels.
Yep, even at the volume required for ambient background music, you get the warmth of the bass without, overpowering a conversation at the next table.
That makes a lot of sense for the low volume performance. But what about mapping that sound across like a weirdly shaped restaurant?
Well, that requires flexibility. And looking at the design, this whole acoustic design line relies heavily on mix and match modularity.
Wait, so you aren't locked into a rigid system?
Not at all. Installers can pair literally any satellite speaker in the AD series with any subwoofer in the line.
Oh, wow. So you custom build the acoustic footprint to fit the unique geometry of the room.
Yeah, you add satellites where you need localized sound and hide the subwoofers where they can carry the bass.
But that constant daily operation has to place massive stress on the internal hardware. I mean, looking at the spec sheet here, it lists a dual voice coil.
Right, the dual voice coil.
So what does this all mean? Why does a background speaker playing at low volumes even need a dual voice coil?
It's a good question.
Because we usually associate those with massive car audio rigs, pushing huge wattage.
Well, what's fascinating here is that QSC is leveraging that dual coil design for thermal endurance rather than brute volume.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, a commercial subwoofer runs for like 14 hours a day, constantly generating heat in the motor structure. So by utilizing two coils, you split the electrical load.
Which effectively doubles the surface area for thermal dissipation.
Exactly. The coils shed heat much faster. This prevents the unit from overheating or suffering from power compression.
Right. Power compression is where the speaker gets sluggish as it gets hot.
Yeah, so this thing is an absolute endurance machine.
That also explains the 4 built-in high-pass filtered outputs, right?
It does. Because in a modular setup, you definitely don't want to send a full-range, bass-heavy signal to tiny satellite speakers.
You'd risk blowing out their cones.
Right. So the sub intercepts the heavy bass and only lets the safe high frequencies pass through to those smaller units.
That protects the entire system while keeping the wiring incredibly clean.
And speaking of the wiring, this unit uses locking 4-pole Euroblock connectors.
Euroblock connectors.
Yeah, once you strip the wire and screw it into the block, it mechanically locks into the back of the speaker.
Oh, so you get secure connections that won't vibrate loose from the subwoofer's own base.
Or get knocked out if an employee accidentally bumps the wall with a broom. It's really install it and forget it engineering.
Which makes total sense because ultimately business owners aren't audiophiles.
No, they just want reliable infrastructure.
Which brings us to the long-term value. Sourcing commercial-grade hardware requires a real investment. Like we mentioned, this specific QSC unit is listed at HDTVSupply for $645.
But the return is entirely based on that thermal and mechanical reliability we just talked about.
And HDTVSupply backs that durability with a standard 3-year warranty right out of the box.
Yeah, and actually, if you take a few minutes to register the product, that warranty doubles to a full 6 years.
6 years of guaranteed vibe control? That's pretty impressive.
It really is a solid guarantee for that kind of hardware.
So the next time you're having a great conversation in a bustling restaurant, and you notice how perfectly balanced the background music feels, ask yourself, how much invisible thermal dissipating engineering is currently manipulating your subconscious experience of that room?